All right, we are live. Okay, hello, everyone. Welcome to today's chat with one of my clients, Carmen. Carmen graduated from my program a while back now. Was it like a month ago or maybe a bit more? So, um, every now and then I like to come in here and chat and let you guys know how they feel, how it's affected them, and all the rest of it. So, Carmen, thank you ever so much for agreeing to come on here. As it's very generous of you. I appreciate your time. So, tell us a bit about you, Carmen. What do you do for a living? How many children do you have? How old are they?
Hi, good morning, Gifty. My name is Carmen. I work in marketing in the travel sector, and I'm a mom of two daughters, two teenage daughters, age 16 and 13.
All righty. Two teenage daughters. I mean, I've got boys. I don't have girls. I've been told girls are complicated. So good luck with that, right?
I need
Um,
it.
yes. Now, so I remember when we had our chat, Carmen, and I think because that was at that time I already had one Latina in the program, so I knew I had my hands full bringing yet another fiery Latina in there. So tell me a little bit about your results after the program.
Well, I kind of embarked myself in what it became a true transformational journey for myself. I actually came out getting more than I was expecting from this program, if I'm very honest. My true reason for joining the program was about changing my career because I was quite stagnant at that point. But actually, what I didn't realize is that I actually needed to tackle other areas of my life more as a priority. So I feel, I came out of the program with a kind of upgraded psychology. And, I still feel that the benefits are gradually unfolding
Yeah,
and the best is yet to come.
yeah. And this is the thing, right? Because when I'm talking to people, and it almost doesn't matter what their issue is, because I'm like, change your psychology, change who you are, right? Or not even change who you are, align with who you truly are, and then go after what you want. Because if you're not aligned with who you truly are, whatever you're going after is a compromise. That is what I think. Whatever, if you're not coming from your true upgraded self, whatever you're going after is a compromise. Okay, so tell me, where were you when you found me?
Well, I was at quite a low point in my life. I was emotionally quite battered after a number of life events that happened to me. I was grieving. At the time, I have experienced divorce. I was furloughed. I suppose I was sort of reaching or going through a midlife crisis, with menopause. And, my teenage daughters were also challenging. So, I kind of needed something to regain my inner strength because I knew I couldn't continue living life that way. I was unhappy.
Yeah, so a lot on your plate, right? So we were talking, you were grieving because you'd lost a partner, midlife crisis, menopause, teenage children, you've been furloughed. Jesus Christ.
Throw it all in there.
Right? So there was a lot going on. So why was it important to fix it?
Well, look, everyone has a very different personal journey in life. I think for me, it was an accumulation of sad events, and I thought, is this what life is about for me going forward? Really, is this what I deserve? And then I thought, this is not really the woman I am. This is not. I'm quite courageous, and a fighter. where have I lost myself in life that I'm not who I used to be? And I think it was the realization of that, and the realization that I wasn't being the right role model for my daughters, that gave me the push to say, okay, you need to sort yourself out, lady. You need to do something about this.
Yeah. So, and again, when I talk to mothers, when, I speak to them before I decide, I agree to work with them. For me, the most important thing is, what are you modeling for the children? What world view are you giving to the children? And unfortunately for us, women, because we tend to be the primary carers, we set the children's emotional templates. So when we're all over the place, and not coming from a strong place, that is what is being normalized for the children. And then that is a very dangerous place for them to be, because it gives them a very jaundiced way of looking at life. So, what had you tried before you came across me?
Well, I think up to that point, I had been reading a lot of books, listening to a lot of personal growth materials. During the lockdown, I registered myself in a ton of different free webinars to sort of how, to tackle negativity, emotional issues, and how to become a new me. But so I kind of knew all the theory, but it wasn't quite working. I don't know how to explain it, but I need like a click, something to click to push me to really kick off that transformational journey in my life and really gather that inner strength and reconnect with myself, the true version of myself. And then that's where I found you.
And it's interesting, I mean, I heard this expression the other day, which was shelf help. Not self help, shelf help. Because people buy all these books, they put it on their shelves, and they're lucky if they get to read it. And when they read it, they're lucky if they get to implement what's in those books, right? And you can have lots of information. And I think we're doing a self-love challenge in the group at the moment. And yesterday, what we had was, go read that book. And reading the book is not enough, but at least it's a start, because you can have all the knowledge, you can have all the information. If you're not acting on it, you're not going anywhere. And also, acting on it is not that easy, because when you have a busy life, you have children, you have a career, there's a dog to walk, whatever, everything is going on. And for those of us that are postmenopausal, right, if you're not managing your body, all sorts of things are happening if you're not managing your body. So you wake up, hormones are all over the place. No matter what book you've read, it's hard to implement. And I think that's where a coach comes in, because they're dragging you, whether kicking or screaming, whether you want to go there or not. And so, yes, the book is a start, but the knowledge is not enough. The knowledge needs to be turned into wisdom. So how did you find me, Carmen?
Well, they say that some things in life, things happen for a reason. So it was quite strange, because this is what happened. I'm not really into too much social media. I don't really use Facebook. But one Sunday evening, I was on my own, and I went to Facebook, and I came across one of your podcasts, one of the ads in Facebook. So I listened to it, and after I listened to it, I felt, wow, that is so much me. Because your program is aimed at professional mothers, and I felt everything that you mentioned there was me, all the issues I was facing in my life at the time. So I have a very clear realization that I needed to find out more about this. So I signed myself for one of your complimentary one-to-ones. And a couple of days after, we have our one-to-one, our phone conversation. And after that, I thought, this is it. I had never been ever so clear in my life that that was the right thing for me to do at that point in time.
So what was it? Yeah. What was it I said that made you, that clicked with you?
I think what it was great for me was that when I told you a bit about where I was in my life, the issues I've been facing up to then, I really felt you understood me, and the kind of the guidance and your suggestions about how I should be going around to tackle those issues just sounded right. I felt also that you were genuine and I could trust you.
Mm,
And and sometimes when you have that clear feel in your gut, you need to follow it.
mm,
Because for me it was a realization that I can be a fighter, I can be very hardworking, I can be very determined. But sometimes in life, we need to accept that
mm,
helping hand from someone else who is experienced. Just like we will go to a doctor if we have a physical pain. Why is it with humans in general that when they have an emotional pain, they don't have, they don't think they need to invest funds in that to tackle that issue? You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
why do we underestimate how much those emotional pains are holding us back to become who we really want to be in life?
Yeah. And it's interesting. So, and that's a good point you make. Um, I remember I read somebody was writing an article somewhere, and they were saying about how they were coming out of a train station, and what was it now? As in, somebody was just crying. She came out of the train station, was just crying, and everybody was sort of didn't know what to do with this person crying and watch them. But then she said, if somebody had come out of a train station and fallen on the ground, everybody would have rushed to help. Do you know? So when it's a physical thing, we're more comfortable. But if it's emotional, because if somebody's crying, then everybody feels a bit awkward and they think, oh God, we can't intrude or whatever it is. But she'd come out and I don't know, hurt herself with her hand or something, then everybody would rush to help. But it's interesting. So because also when I spoke to you, and for you, when you were in the program, my personal indulgence with you was because we were at a similar age. And did you know we had grown up children, so we could have that conversation? Because most of the people I work with, they actually have younger children, because I think that's when they feel the squeeze even more, because the children need them physically more. As they get older, the need is more emotional rather than physical. And if you're going to get a burnout, really, is that as when the children are younger and you have the work and everything, that's where you get the physical thing. But as the children get older, what they need is emotional. Unfortunately for us, though, that's when the menopause is kicking in.
Another life events.
Another life event. So when they need you emotionally, you have your own emotional stuff going on. And if you're not looking after yourself and your hormones and everything, you're just all over the place when they need you, right?
Right. And you cannot give to others what you don't have.
Yeah.
And with kids, and this is also something I learned from the program, is it's not what you say, because I was saying all the right things to them. I knew all my theory, right? What to say, this is what you need to do. But my kids could genuinely feel that I wasn't being truthful, because it's not
Yeah.
what you say, it's what you do. And I couldn't do it because I wasn't in a good place at that time, right? So I couldn't really lead by example to the women I want them to become.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I think all of this is only when you connect, when you tap into your inner emotions and your fears and all, whatever you have in your bag, in your baggage. It's not only until you open that door and you deal with everything that is holding you back when you're free to be the true yourself, the better version of yourself.
Right, and this is the thing about it's not what you say, because you're saying all right. Because I mean, for me, I remember this is my eldest one now. He's what, 21 now, anyway. But when he hit his teenage years, right, and he's getting all hormonal. I used to, whenever he would start with me, I would say to my husband, "Listen, I can out hormone him." Because if we're talking hormonal, right? I am menopausal. I can out hormone him. Bring it on. But it's what was the point in that? They need you at that point. They're all over the place in their hormones and stuff like that. Are you the mom? You're supposed to be the stable one for them, to hold that for them and let them know they're okay. But if you yourself are just struggling to keep your head afloat, do you know, then you can't hold that stability for them at all. Anyway, so and I remember our chat, and I also and when I talk to people, because you know sometimes these chats can go on for a long time. In your case, it was actually an hour and a half, right? We were talking.
I thought this is good.
Right, it's an hour and a half. We were talking.
I feel 1-to-1.
Yes, and I remember because again, this is what I was saying about the connection, because I felt this is a woman, this is an older woman who's actually forgotten who she is. Do you know? And also the connection again for me was both of us had grown up in a different country, and then you come here and you assimilate the culture and blah blah blah. And then somewhere along the line, if you're not careful, you get lost. You forget the fire in your belly. And I heard that fire on the call, and I'm like, I'm gonna bring this out if it kills me. Do you know? Because that woman was there. She hadn't gone anywhere. It's just life had overtaken her, grief had overtaken her. Do you know? And all that. And I could see that. And yes, I can't get through to everybody. Not everybody hears me. But there was a moment there that I felt you heard me when I said that woman hadn't gone anywhere. Is that right?
That's right, Gifty. I think you hit me right in the core. And you read me like no one has read me before, understood me in that during that hour and a half. And obviously that is a gift that you have to connect to people and to go right into the hearts, to the root of whatever is going on in their lives. That is a true skill in life that, you know, you're so very gifted in that sense. And it was when you said that to me that I thought, bang, this is it. This is exactly what I need. And I'm going to do everything in my power to join this program.
Thank you. Thank you for those lovely words. So, but tell me, did you think I was a bit crazy as well? Did you think it would work in terms of me, where you were and where I wanted to take you to? Did you think?
I did. And then I thought, but I'm also crazy for thinking that this is going to work for me, if I'm honest. But you know, sometimes in life you need to embrace these opportunities when they come to you. They might pass and they might not come again. And I felt I knew I needed help. I knew I needed to do something radical in my life. I never done anything like this before, if I'm honest. But it felt right. And, you know, I'm a very logical person. You know, I check my facts. I'm very rational. But somehow something within me told you, go for it. And I did. And I have no regrets.
That's fantastic. So tell me, what happened right away when you joined the program? What changes did you make? What happened right away for you?
Well, I think after a 1-to-1, I joined the program straight away on the same day. And then we started, I joined the following week. So normally the program, you have these Q&As twice a week, a lunch hour, Tuesdays and Thursdays, where, you know, it's a very small group of ladies, 4 at a time. And I thought, oh, here we go, you know. And I felt quite, you know, it's just strange because I think when you are dealing with working women who have, you know, children, you automatically feel like you're part of the gang, right? That you have a lot to share because most of you, you know, are going through the same emotional challenges, life challenges, what is coming from work, from your personal, you know, experience at home with your partners. So I think we are in it together, you know, and so I think we women have to help each other out. And I think it's that sense of community, of sharing, being very open and transparent, because I think the program is like a platform where you feel very secure to talk about very personal things. You know, you feel it's in a very confidential environment, so you can really open yourself up. And then it kind of works both ways, because not only you are sharing your own experiences and struggles in life, but you also get the same from other people. So when you think, actually, I'm not the only one, But two, you're also learning from, from yourself, from other experiences. So that makes you more aware, helps you to understand that we are not in this alone and kind of normal, I think, everyone now talks about mental health issues and, emotional issues. And I think this is very much a hot topic and a very important one that I think people have to embrace and deal with. And so those sessions become like mini coaching sessions, where everyone is helping each other out. And what is surprising is every session during those 3 months was absolutely different. No one day we did the same thing, we talked about the same issue, everything, the time went really quickly. You obviously have your theory, your modules that you have to read through and digest in your own time. You have your homework to do, to work on yourself. And it's a program that you are part of, as in you can access all the materials, for life. So for me, it was just really, beneficial, I will say. And I really enjoyed the program. It has really transformed my life.
Fantastic. Listen, so tell me, where are you now? I know you came in there because you wanted to change jobs and whatever it is, and we went in a completely different direction. And next thing we were talking about your kids and your relationship with your kids, and we were dealing with grief and all the rest of it. So where are you now?
But ironically, the one thing I came to tackle, I haven't tackled it yet, my career progression, but that's coming. And I think that's coming when I'm fully prepared, because I think you need to be aligned and you need to be present in the moment, to attract the right opportunities in life. So that aside, everything else, I'm in a great place, I think the great thing about the program I want to sort of share is that it's a very effective program that really tackles everything in your life from bottom to top. So it really rebuilds you up. And, the pillars are obviously, your health. So, you focus at the beginning a lot on, exercising, nutrition, the importance of diet, sleep. And I think that those three things sound like a given, but when you get them right, you really feel the benefits of that. And then you have things like meditation, that really calms you down, makes you very grounded, helps you to, connect with your inner emotions, to control stress, to pattern interrupt. So when you have negative beliefs attacking you as life, stresses, you are able to sort of detach from those and be in a better place where you can actually handle things in a more sort of rational, better place. I have a better relationship with my daughters. We are all in a calmer place. One of the things I learned from the program is about horizontal relationships, so I'm treating my kids now like my peers, like not so much my friends, because I will always be the mother and, I'm quite strict in some aspects, but I'm treating more like adults. They are feeling more empowered, they're happier, and we have a, far healthier and happier relationship. So we are having fun. And in a better place myself. I have come a long way from my grieving process and feel happier and writing a new chapter in my life. So I feel really good things are now, coming my way.
Yeah, because you've cleared a lot of the debris in terms of what was holding you up, because there was the grief to deal with and all the other things cluttering, and I remember you, especially on the exercise bit, you really went for it. You really went for it as well. So that's fantastic. So is there anything you want to tell other women in the audience struggling with their life? Is there anything you'd like them to know?
Well, I will say that if you're struggling with low confidence, negative thoughts, emotions, I think you need to reach out for help, and that help can come from you just need to open up, share that with people and seek the help you need to get rid of them and be a better version of yourself. life is too short, and I think this is what I learned. You know, you need to live every day as if it were your last. We don't know how long we have. How do you want to live your life, you know, going forward? We deserve to be happy. We deserve to have joy. We deserve good things in our lives, no matter what, you know, we are going through. And life just happens for everybody. You know, adversity hits everybody every day, but it's how you handle those situations. And for that, you need to exercise your mind. You know, the mind is like a muscle. And when you understand that, there are tools out there and help that is at your reach to become a better version of yourself, that really empowers you, that gives you a strength and an empowerment that is just beyond words.
Yeah, and it's internally generated, and you can generate it anytime you want. So if anybody's sitting there, and I know the people in the group that, you know, might watch this later and think, not sure. If they're thinking about, should they book a call with me? What do you tell them if they're sitting on the fence?
Go ahead without hesitation. This is the best investment you can do in yourself, and it's totally worth it.
Thank you. Listen, Carmen, I am so grateful that you took the time to come and talk to us, because some people come and, you know, and listen, good on them, they get what they need, and then they go on to better things, and they're too busy to give back. So do you know, I am grateful that you took the time to give back to the program in my to the women in my free group, and you know, obviously the conversations will continue with us. You know, I am always keen as mustard to hear what you are up to. So I hope you do keep in touch and keep me updated right up until the point you become a grandmother.
I will, Gifty. Thank you. Thank you for everything.
All right, then. Thanks, all people. We're now at the end of this broadcast today. Of course, this is our self-love month, so I will come back later and do my live because I'm being accountable. But it will be a short one today because you guys have had a whole 30 minutes of conversation with us as well. But thank you, everyone, for joining, and see you later.
Bye bye.